Today, the energy is ripe for mental expansion, growth. This is a time to let our minds wander and explore new ideas. There's an opportunity in the air to communicate boldly our dreams, but with a touch of patience and balance. We're not forcing it on anybody. We have a flow to us today. And we may find ourselves challenged, but challenged in a good way, to think big, to expand our horizons, and focus on the practical steps that will turn our ideas into reality. This energy is perfect for seeking out new information, having very insightful conversations, and by taking some small steps towards big dreams. Today's about connecting the dots between what we know and what we can learn. So, pull up a chair. Okay, join me. Absolutely. As we go on a journey of self-discovery, we'll gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy, and by the end of our time together, my hope is that you have the tools, the insight to go forward with confidence, with clarity, with love. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you truly for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. And if you like what I do here, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a heart in the comments. I appreciate it. It motivates me to show up every day and do this for you. And to do so much more for you. So, welcome to your daily focus, May the 23rd, 2025. So today we have the energy of the 23. The 23 is about having a faith in ourselves, a faith in God, our maker, the universe, our angels, that we're in this together, that we are working towards the same goals, the same dreams, the same desires. 2 plus 3 is a 5, and that's about being in the moment, creating happiness, giggles, laughter, allowing your creativity to flow, allowing your inner expression to flow, letting that inner child out. And if we look at the daily numerology, it would be a 5 plus a 5 plus a 9, which gives us a 19. Now, 19 energy is us. It's looking at our accomplishments, what we're capable of going forward, the possibilities of our tomorrow. What do we want to step into? Who do we want to hang with? The 19 is all about us and what makes our world go round. 1 plus 9 is a 10. 10 brings in luck. 10 is also the time of seasons changing, new beginnings starting, letting go of the old, knowing that this too shall pass. It's a time to look towards our new chapters, to start journaling about them, meditating on them, thinking about them, making plans, making intentions, setting intentions. 1 plus 0 is a 1, and that is the independent, that is the I am. The 1 energy is about being the pioneer, the trailblazer, going forward, wanting success, looking at the big picture. Failure is not in our vocabulary when the 1 is around. Sun is in Gemini, our moon is in Aries, and Mercury semi-sextiles Jupiter today. Now, what I found very interesting when I looked at the chart was that they're both sitting at 26 degrees, and I thought, oh, that's an 8. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought it should be included here, that they're sitting at 26 degrees. So Mercury is sitting in Taurus at 26 degrees. Jupiter is in Gemini at 26 degrees. So 2 plus 6 is an 8. And the 8 energy is all about growing our prosperity. So this energy will amplify our ability to take action and create success from our ideas, to bring in new streams of money, grow or have access to more money, figuring out ways of making more money in our life in order to live the life we want, to pay for the things we need, the vehicles we need in order to go forward, and to bring in happiness, to bring in joy. Absolutely. So today, with the 26 being around, we may feel very, and it being Oh my gosh, I'm getting carried away. And Mercury is involved, so that's our voice, right? Jupiter is about the expansion. So when we put all of that together, okay, we may feel very driven um, to take action, to create success, to communicate clearly what we need, what we want, focus on a financial or a career goal, and bring in the manifestation of that. Okay, it's a success energy to bring in tangible results. And it's a quiet energy. We have to embrace this energy. We have to kind of go looking for it. It's around us. It's easy enough to tap into. Okay, Mercury is how we think, how we communicate, how we process information. Okay, so on a day like today, we're going to be more thoughtful. We're going to be more deliberate. We're going to be more focused on the tangible. It's about solid thinking, planning, and taking time to consider every detail before making a decision. That's because it's sitting with Taurus, right? And Jupiter is amplifying our capacity for learning and growth and expansion. Okay, so our minds are open to a wide range of knowledge to come in, possibilities. And then when they come together, those two energies come together as a semi-sextile, that can bring in opportunities for us. Okay, so this is semi-sextiles bring in those opportunities, whether or not we say yes to them, whether or not we pay attention to them, investigate them, that's up to us, but they do show up in our life. So it's a wonderful time to expand our knowledge in a very practical way. Okay, take a course, research a topic, just absorb new information. Okay, this energy wants us to grow our wisdom, grow our intelligence, grow our knowledge, our intellectual abilities. It's a great day to share ideas, engage in conversations that, it stimulates the mind and the heart. Okay, it gets those passions going. Okay, it encourages open-minded discussions, and we can freely exchange thoughts. We can learn from one another. We can come to some new understandings, some new perceptions, some new ways of seeing things. And Jupiter's expansive energy, okay, that just makes us feel optimistic. Now, it's also easy to get kind of carried away with ideas without paying attention to the details. So be mindful of keeping our focus. Strive for quality over quantity. Don't just jump here and there, because we could be drawn to that. Absolutely. Take your time. Okay, see things through. Sit in quiet contemplation and think about how you want that growth to come in, what you want to learn. Maybe there's a workshop happening in your neighborhood. Okay, sign up for it. Signing up for it under this energy, the energy carries through for that task. So even if it's next week that they're meeting, that's cool. We've taken the step today towards our greatness. Okay, today's energy is perfect. It's perfect for expanding our ideas. And it's perfect for taking practical steps towards our goals. So this is an easier day to just take that little small step towards a goal, a dream, a passion, a desire. We're gifted with the opportunity to broaden our thinking and communicate our ideas with confidence. But we're also grounded. We're also doing it in a very realistic way. So the blend of Taurus's practicality and we have Gemini being all curious, it's a powerful combination when these come together. It offers us the chance to move forward with a clear intention, with an open mind, to share ideas, engage with others, and grow. Grow intellectually, grow creatively. Okay, today our horizons have the potential to expand. Opportunities and new perspectives can come into view. Today is the day to build, to expand, and to manifest, to make tangible our imagination, our ideas, our thoughts. Okay, let's turn to the cards. So yes, once again, beautiful harmony. You know, I was looking at the weekend, right? I had to do the weekend video, and I know right now it's going to be in 2 parts if it's not going to be in 3 parts. I mean, it's just too much. It's just too much happening in the sky. I mean, there's conjunctions happening. I'm preparing for a new moon. I don't even think I'm going to be mentioning the new moon until the new moon happens, because there's just too much else to talk about. Like, way too much else to talk about. Oh. So tune in, because it's big, it's bold, and it's wonderful to move us forward. It's such a beautiful divine energy to help us. I mean, this whole week has been beautiful energy for us to grow, to expand, to evolve. Okay. Oh, look at this. The Emperor. The Emperor was on my mind today. Isn't that funny? Okay. This is our underlying energy for today, and it's the Emperor. And the Emperor is the planner. He makes the strategy. He makes the plan. And yes, he's smart. He's very intelligent. But if he doesn't know something, he doesn't necessarily go out and learn it or learn how to do it. He sometimes just gets the people who already know how to do those things and have the wisdom to come and to mentor him. And he doesn't have to take their advice. He doesn't have to take their plans, but it does give more food for thought. It does expand the horizon of the different ways we can go. And maybe it isn't useful what we hear now, but maybe it'll be useful in the future. Tuck it away somewhere. We're very much the diplomat under this energy. We're very much the intuitive under this energy. And the thing I like about the Emperor, I think one of the best things I like about the Emperor is one who doesn't wish and hope and dream and fantasize. He makes a plan, he makes a strategy, and then he expects. He expects the successes to happen exactly how he saw them, or better. And those are the only 2 things. Just like the one energy is, there's no room for failure. Failure is not even in our vocabulary. Neither is it with the Emperor. Okay. And then we have Temperance. Oh, it's one of these days again, huh? All the major arcana is coming out again. So we know we're in for maybe beautiful energy, but more energy that will push us to do the things we need to do. Is there a trine happening? I think there might be. There's a conjunction. I know that. And there's a couple planets moving signs. And one is really huge for us. So Temperance is having more by having less. Temperance is dreaming big, and yet staying balanced, staying practical, not jumping, but rather to take care of the small details. I mean, with the Gemini energy as well, so we have to make sure that we're not just jumping from thing to thing to thing without putting some kind of completion on each of those things that we're doing. Okay. What did I say? Quality over quantity is the way to go. This is finding also that perfect balance, that perfect harmony for us. Okay. Not what's prescribed for the world or your next door neighbor or your best friend. For you. Okay. What works best for you? What brings in a flow to your life, a harmony in your life, a joy in your life, a beauty in your life. Oh, I just caught something. You know, it's the moon there, but it almost looked like there was a figure staring down at us. And that might be from the 23 energy. I'm kind of getting that. You know, we're being watched. We're being looked at. Okay, so. One of the biggest questions is, how do I ask for something? How do I manifest something, and how do I bring it into being? Hang on, I just need a sip here. And it's just having a conversation with them and asking them for something. Okay? We sign a contract, so to speak, before we come here. And our life is kind of planned out. There's room for, all different kind of routes, different ways we could have taken, different, how we handled it, what we decided to pick. There is free will. And that's the thing. There is free will. So you have to know that when you find yourself at a dead end road or down in this pit, then you are shedding those tears of sorrow and confusion and depression, and your angels are sobbing because they're not allowed to intervene except for certain points that were predetermined before you left, unless you ask them for help. And sometimes they can boldly give it to you. Sometimes they just have to hint you a little bit. Or it might be a turning point in your life where they're not allowed to intervene because you wanted this struggle for some reason to grow yourself in some beautiful way that just couldn't be grown any other way. You had to walk through it in order to really, it's like we learn, yes, and we can read a book and we can learn, somebody can tell us something, we can learn, but it's not until we actually do it, we walk through it, that we actually take the true lessons away from the task at hand. So I almost get like they're watching us, they're watching over us, and this is a beautiful time to talk to them and to say, this is what I want to create in my world. Start a conversation. It'll feel like you're talking to yourself. Absolutely it will. Okay? But under a 23 energy, there is more belief that there is something greater than us watching over us. So it is a beautiful day to reach out. Page of Swords. Page of Swords is spontaneity. She just wants to get things going. She's so tired of being in a rush. She just wants to move things forward. And she's at this point ready to just about do anything just in order to shake up the energy. She doesn't even care if it's good or bad energy. She just wants to do something different or shocking And that might be the perfect thing for us to do today. Or it could be the worst thing we do today. So we do need to sit, and this is a good energy that we have to actually sit for a minute and say, how will this work out short term, long term? What do I really want to accomplish here? Does it align me with my path going forward? Does it serve me? Does it bring in value? And then, if all of it is absolutely, then go for it. My goodness, what are you waiting for? Maybe in the new moon. Maybe that's what it is. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is, where is your focus? And I've been talking about this, I think, 3 or 4 days straight now. Where is your focus? Where is your focus? Because that is what you are going to manifest. That is what you are going to make tangible and real in your life. Where is your focus, and where does it need to be? Okay, it needs to be on the things that matter most to you. And I know I'm sounding like a broken record, and I think that's the theme of 2025. We need to really think about what matters most to us personally. And I think that's becoming stronger instead of weaker, by the way. I think we've been building up to this, okay? And I think that when Saturn goes into Aries, it's going to be a little bit of, it's about me. It's about my plan. It's about, Aries is very, independent. So Saturn comes in and says, this is what we're going to do. Neptune is there too, saying, these are the dreams. We got to move on these dreams. Saturn's, okay, let's make a plan. But we get very much into, how does this benefit me? What matters most to me? So, and that can go the wrong way. Absolutely. We can all see a shadow side to that. So we have to stay very grounded. Anyways, let's go to our, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So, and I've got a couple of blogs out because of the planets moving. So if you go to my website, and I also wrote up like a one line, a little horoscope kind of thing for you, for the for Saturn moving into Aries, Mercury moving into Gemini. Okay, so it'll tell you what it means for you in your sign as well in the blogs. I can't do individual videos. I don't have time yet for that, but I did have time for that, so I did that for the... And I just don't know how much content I'm going to be able to give you without, I might have to cut it kind of short. You know how I like to talk about these things. Anyways, we've got a culmination of vision, the 35, which is an 8 energy. I know. The minute I saw 26, I thought that 8 energy needs to be included, and there it shows up in our oracle cards. 35. Culmination of vision. Time to take positive action towards your goals and dreams. Be adaptable and fine-tune any details of what you are creating. Reflect on your desires and make sure your attitudes and beliefs are in alignment with what you wish to accomplish. Let go of any aspect or quality that no longer fits what you intend to accomplish. I love how they paraphrase me. I talk for a half an hour and they come along and in 30 to 90 seconds they've done my reading. So I wonder how many of you just come on and skip to the oracle card. Oh. That's not uncommon. I mean, some people just come to me for the numerology, some for the astrology, others for the cards. Some of you have favorite decks. And today we have Take a Chance. This one has been big this year. The Sea Star. Take a chance. Freedom, chance, fear, and passion. Life itself cannot give you joy unless you really will it. Life gives you time and space. It's up to you to fill it. So you've chosen Sea Star. Yes, we have. It's a time for you to take a chance, a leap of faith. You've been lacking in energy and motivation. It could be out of fear, or it could be that you're caught up with a bit of laziness and have beached yourself. It can be scary, and it can be quite scary to change. And although you may feel stuck, you're never truly stuck. You have free will to change the course of where you want your life to go. So free yourself from the past and allow yourself to feel again. We always have free will. It's how we use our free will. We might be stuck in a dead-end job. Look for one in a different field that feeds our passion. We might be eyeing the cute girl at the coffee shop or looking at the cute boy who changed your oil. Ask him or her out. And when you begin to take a chance on one thing, you'll find it easier and easier to continue doing that in every part of your life, which will only draw you closer and closer to your ultimate successes. And you won't know unless you take a chance on you. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.